14. We're doing the heart chakra this week, and this is all about healing the heart chakra. Now, so much of our lives, our ups and downs, our emotions, a lot of the things that we go through each and every day have so much to do with our heart chakra. This is really that space. This is the holding space between our lower chakras, our root, sacral, and solar plexus, and the higher chakras, our throat, third eye, and crown, and above. This is the space that really is the embodiment of both. When we know something within our hearts to be true, it's because not only are we physically understanding that, but because we are understanding it on a spiritually higher dimension as well. And this is also why when we deal with things like grief or a death of a loved one or a betrayal or trust issues, this is really where that is stored. Because when we've been betrayed, it's not just on a physical level. A betrayal happens on an energetic, emotional, and spiritual level as well. When you've been betrayed, it's because you and somebody else have joined together in a spiritual connection enough to feel betrayal. And so this is really vital to understand. And we're going to go into a healing to go through, and we're going to be energetically or spiritually breaking our hearts today. Now, this is a really powerful process because oftentimes we have a betrayal or we get hurt by someone. We are grieving. There's a process that happens and we begin to harden our hearts. And this hardening that happens is something that actually begins to keep us safe. It feels comfortable being hardened. It feels so much safer being hardened because in order to keep ourselves from really feeling what may happen to us in the future, again, at some point, we want to close ourselves off so much that we never feel that pain again. But that actually stops us from being able to give love, to receive love, to be unconditionally loving and accepting to ourselves and others with a hardened heart. Yes, we stay very comfortable, we stay very safe, we stay very alone. And this is not our journey. This is not the journey that we are meant to be living. You would not be watching this video right now if your journey was to stay with a hardened heart and to stay disconnected from your body. Your journey is to come back and start reconnecting to yourself. To start reconnecting to your power, which is unconditional love and acceptance. And so I'm going to lead you through a visualization, and I want to warn you that this is a very powerful healing that we are going to be doing. This is something that is going to radically change your life. If you are in a relationship, which most of us are in relationships, either in an intimate relationship, in a friendship, in a parentship. If you are in a relationship and you've hardened your heart towards anybody on the other side of that relationship, know that this healing is going to have massive impacts on what is to come for you and those in your life. All right. So if you're able and willing, and it's safe to do so, we are going to close our eyes for this visualization and this healing practice. So just get very centered, get very present. Everything that has gone on today, just let that just literally feel like it's soaking and folding and being immersed into the earth below you. And as you begin to just let your body and everything that is not serving you right now in this moment, if you need to pause this video and just make a list of to-dos that keep running through your mind, pause the video and just jump right back in. I want you to be really present here. If you're trying to like do this in between making dinner, pause. Or listen through and then come back to this healing. But I really want you to be present for this space. So now that you've gotten all the distractions out of the way, close your eyes. Get into a space of just being here, right now with me. I want you to place your hands, both hands, over your heart. I want you to feel this space of your heart. And your heart is technically kind of more over, but I want you to just go right in the middle of your chest, because the heart chakra really is from collarbone to the bottom of the ribs, really encompassing this whole space of lungs, heart, ribs, and everything in that space. So with your eyes closed and your hands over your heart, I want you to feel a deep connection within. I want you to feel and see what has your heart been hardened with. So if you need to see an actual physical representation of the shape of a heart, and you can color it pink or red or green or gold, I don't care what color your heart is, but I want you to physically see the representation of the shape of a heart. And I want you to make that heart a color. And then I want you to imagine that this is your heart. This heart is the heart that's inside of you. And I want you to see what it has been hardened or encaged with. I want you to see, are there bars? Have you imprisoned your heart? Have you made your heart so hard that it's almost like rock? Is it smooth? Is it soft? Is it jagged? Is it so hard that it feels like it could shatter at a moment? Is it hard as glass and actually more fragile than you thought? Take a moment and really investigate what type of hardness of the heart you have. And I'm going to ask you to share these insights in either a blog post or the Magical Mothering Method forum, because it's really important for us to share these insights of this space that we're holding, so we can help draw and pull not just our own insights, but that intuitive healer that is within you, those insights in for others as well. So after you've seen very clearly what kind of hardness your heart is under, I want you to take some tools, some magical tools. I want them to be made of pure, white, bright light. I want these tools to be in the shapes of a chisel and a pick, or a rock hammer, or a needle, whatever you need, maybe a brush, something that can break through this hardened space. And when you're ready, eyes still closed, envisioning this heart-shaped heart of whatever color it is, and the hardening, I want you to take your tools of pure white bright light, and I want you to take a chisel or a nail, and you're going to hammer that into this hardened space on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I want you to see the light that comes pouring out of this space. I want you to see and feel how incredibly relieving having this crack, this suture, this crevice in your heart makes. Breathe into this new space. Breathe into this new awakening. Now I want you to take either your hands and peel away the rest of this hardness, or take that chisel and chisel off piece by piece, crack by crack, and allow for this beautiful, bright, green, glowing light to break through this hardened heart. I want you to know that that hardness of your heart served you at one time. And it's nothing to be sorry about. There's nothing that you have to feel ashamed or guilty for doing. This was an important part of your journey, was to protect yourself, to learn how to protect yourself. But by building up and hardening that space of your heart, it was no longer serving you. So I want to say thank you for your bravery, for being able and willing to walk around with this open, receiving, unconditionally loving and accepting heart that you now have. Go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready and take a beautiful deep breath, maybe. And be in love. Be in love. I mentioned earlier going to the blog space on your personal profile, or going to the forum in the Magical Mothering Method. And I would like to invite you that if you're not in the private community and you're not attending the monthly healing sessions or the private Facebook group, or getting the weekly PDFs from me, I would really love, and I encourage you right now to go to magicalmothering.com/MMM-welcome and join us in this journey, because there's many other women in this journey in this private community that are sharing and growing and creating space for themselves and you to really join in with us to create the best possible life for all of us. So I appreciate you being here. I am so grateful to be on this healing journey with you.